poppin', everybody? Welcome to the Miss Best Reviews channel. We are here to go over Tyler Perry's Beauty in Black. I did put a poll on the channel, and you people asked me for it, and I try to listen to y'all because I kind of need y'all to be on YouTube. So we are going to give scripted reviews a shot. We're going to be reviewing 2 episodes at a time per video, just because that's easier for me in my life. But I'm very excited. Let's welcome in our co-host, Kiwan JTV, the sweet angel that she is. I told her I was shy, and then she was like, I'm here for you.
You got this.
I appreciate you. Y'all, please see the link in the description of this video. It's to her channel. She is 7 subscribers away. I could be off, but she is very close to 800 subscribers. We want to get her to 1,000. But before we could get her there, small wins, right? Let's get her to 800. Subscribe. Support a Black creator. Just do it.
When I wake up in the morning, I want to be at 800, honey. Both
right.
of us. Okay.
In the morning. She's really close, and she does a lot of work on. You recap like triple the amount of shows that I go over. I don't know where you find the time because she also works and she's somebody's mama. But
yes, I am.
Lord,
oh my God. I guess I'm happy because everybody grown. But
you still am. I'm grown. I call my parents still for a lot. They're like, "Why are you calling me? You in your 30s?"
Yeah. I mean, like
answering the phone. Lord, y'all, but we're gonna get into the first episode, which was called Toxic Vibes. It was season 2, episode 9. Not much happened, but we'll get into it. We see Charles. I like Charles. I don't know how you feel about the characters. I have been watching Beauty in Black the whole time, y'all. Kiwan has as well, but I'm just now adding it to my little lineup. I like Charles. He's funny. I don't take his character seriously, but doesn't he seem like the one that kind of has somewhat empathy, just a little bit?
If we could compare him to the rest, yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only Bellary that has empathy for people until he go to the strip club.
Oh yeah, and get that stuff in his nose
and he starts treating people like property.
He not like property. I treat my property better than the Bellarys treat their property.
See? Oh my God. I was like, wait a minute.
His character irks me, but then I like him at times. But Charles and Varney, they being robbed. Now, I remembered from the last season, I was like, okay, it's been a minute. Y'all know Netflix takes their time giving us part 2 of something or just giving us a new season. So I did watch the little, when they give you the recap, I believe, and go over, and I was like, they sure did get robbed. And it was somebody from the club that Charles shouldn't have been with that helped him to get robbed. Poor Varney is there thinking that it's the actual police, like a fool. I said, now Varney, why would the police come in with ski masks?
I was like, what is your badge number? Shut up. What?
My husband was laughing. He was like, I hear horrible things happening on the TV, but then you laughing. And I'm like, because of little things like that. The police ain't gonna hit you up, come in, kick in. They're not doing well. Some police might, but in this case, it wasn't realistic. But Varney does end up flipping out. He gets upset. He tries to get Charles after they finish getting robbed. He tries to get Charles to change his ways, which Varney keeps doing. And I feel like Varney's character is relatable for a lot of people, regardless of sexuality and stuff, because people be really trying to have and hope that somebody's going to change their ways that they love. And sometimes the people we fall for is just ignorant. And I feel like Charles is just off of being a Bellary. It's a whole lot of ignorance and it's a whole lot of drama.
Yes.
But Charles says to Varney, just let me go. Just let me go. Kiwan, how did you feel about that? Because I'm like, not let you go. You just got this man robbed. What are
I
we
thought it was
doing?
so crazy because he was like, just let me go. And then when Varney got sick and tired of being sick and tired, he was like, you just gonna leave me? I was like, you just told him
To
to let
leave, right?
what we doing? And then Varney was like, what is your badge number? Sir, what are you gonna do? You have the pow to your head.
Even if you get the badge number, there are shady people with badges. Who's to say
Right.
they gonna give it to you? And who's to say they're not gonna give it to you and pop you in your head?
I was so done. I was like, you know what? I was like, shut up, Varney, because you're not gonna bust a grape. And I guess my problem is, Varney, you too big to be so passive.
That's, you know what? I crack up every time. What is his name? Roy, his dumbass. I crack up every time he reminds us of how big Barney is, because I'm like, oh, what you saying is not good. But then at the same time, I'm like, this Negro is kind of big. Kind of big to be so like docile. I don't understand it.
He is.
But they end up robbed. It's a disaster. They toxic, y'all. This is me if I didn't get married and some shit like that. But I digress. Meanwhile, y'all, Kimmy, I love me some Kimmy. Her character gets on my nerves sometimes, but I do enjoy Kimmy a lot. She learns that Rain has killed Jules' son. The reason Rain killed Jules' son, for those who may not have watched or don't remember, is because they all living in the house. Nobody knew that the young man that worked on the property caring for the horses in the stables was related to Jules. Jules don't speak about that. We have seen his wife and the kids and all of that, but he doesn't speak about the older adult son. The son met Kimmy's little sister, Sylvie. They was doing the adult thing, doing the wild thing. Yeah. Rain walked in on it, and she assumed that Sylvie was being SA'd. Now,
it didn't sound like she was being SA'd, but I do have an apology.
Say it louder if you are for the people in the back, because it did not sound like that girl was. She sounded very happy. That's what we'll say. Amen.
Yeah.
She sounded happy. So I'm like, why would you think that she's being SA? But Rain pushed him off of the barn.
Oh my God. You could have just told him to leave.
Or said, hey, get off of her, and gave him the opportunity to get off of her. Like, why? And Rain and Kimmy do this. They like to just stop listening, ignore logic, ignore what's right in front of them, and then go into some extra stuff. And I'm like, can y'all think before you react?
Yeah.
Like, at what point does character development happen and they learn from some of their mistakes? Because they keep doing the same stuff.
Yes.
And they're getting themselves into more situations. But the boy is not okay. The security, I didn't catch. I think his name was Watson or Whitmore or something.
Whitmore, I think.
He ends up driving him to the hospital because Officer Alex tells him that Jules' son fell. So he calls and tells Jules and all of that. The boy still has a pulse, but I was like, oh, he fell. But we're going to come back to that and put a pin in it, because they were all over the place. Tyler Perry, this is why I have been afraid to cover one of your shows, because he ping-pongs worse than anything ever when it comes to little storylines and scenes. But we later see Mallory at the office, and she gets called from Felicia. Felicia's the hoe from around the way who's working at the club that Kimmy and all of them came from. She's the, let me see if I get this right, y'all. She is what they call a bottom bitch. Look at me. Getting the terms right.
Sure was.
That's what she is. And she's so happy.
Yeah.
She is the happiest hoe I've seen on TV.
Yeah.
And that is the truth. But Felicia's kind of funny. You said what?
She conforms.
She does.
She does. She does so well. And she'd be like, okay, daddy.
I'll be wanting to smack her, though. She gets on my nerves just a little bit. She'd be so happy, ass out, high as hell. She doesn't care. But Felicia calls Kimmy and she lets her know, or calls Mallory and lets her know that she has tea on Kimmy. But of course, like a true hoe, she's about her money. And she says she's not going to say nothing to her until she pays her. So we're going to later see that this is the reason and how Mallory and Varney later on end up at the club, because these are two people that wouldn't just be in the strip club. Let's get to Horace's fine ass. I don't usually find attractions to older men, but I saw a video of him on the internet.
Oh my God.
On the Shade Room, he was doing push-ups and suicides and planks and all of that. I said, wait a second.
I follow him.
Yeah, I said, I follow him. That man, he's an attractive man. We give you that, Papa Horace. We will give you that. Yes. But in this show, unfortunately, he's ill.
Yes,
he got the cancer.
Yes, he does.
And he's overseas in Italy speaking Italian, which I didn't know his character could do, but okay. I didn't know. He's speaking Italian. He's getting cancer treatment. He's getting the holistic approach to treatment. Now, if this ain't some fictional shit, I wish. I'm sure we all wish, but he seems to be doing well, and it looks like Horace will eventually return back home. How do you think that's going to go? Do you think he's going to actually be able to stay in the hospital for the time they want him to stay overseas before he comes back home? Or do you think he's going to get back home and like go crazy, say F it, and still allow himself to just go?
No, I think, wait, you mean in terms of, you think you're asking me if I think he's gonna go to back and forward to Italy for his treatment?
Like his character. I'm wondering if he's gonna do it or if he'll be able to because of the stress, because then people stress him out.
I do, only because he wants to see them suffer. So anything that's going to help me stay alive long enough to see them go directly to hell, I'm there. That's how I feel. Like, yeah.
I know there's somebody out there in real life that really is like Horace, just tired of their family and doing everything that they can to not help these people. But honestly, the way that they were behaving and the way that they move, I could kind of understand it.
But Horace moved the same way.
You said who?
Horace moves the same way. He just has a little bit more compassion.
Yeah. He thinks before he reacts. And I feel like the others, like Mallory kind of thinks to an extent, but then doesn't. But Horace definitely like takes his time and thinks for the most part before he reacts. And he also seems to find what he can get out of people before just getting rid of them.
Yes.
Jules is all over the place. I'm tired of Jules. I honestly, the actor who plays Jules, everything I've ever seen him in, and he was in a lot of Black films coming up, everything I've seen him in, his character get on my nerves.
Really?
Every single thing.
Now, I love him. I just don't like the Jules character. So my name for him is Ain't Nobody Come and See You Oldest Nigga. Okay? That is my name for him. And I'll be like, oh, I can't stand you. Oh, but nobody gets under my skin. I don't know who him and Roy runs neck and neck.
You know what? Roy be getting under my skin too. But the problem with Roy is so doggone stupid.
Yes.
I can't allow myself to be so bothered by someone who lacks so much intelligence.
And he wants so much control because he lacks control over his own life. So that's why he grabs the strippers, because he knows that they're being trafficked and he can have all the reins and control over them. And the moves that he make are very bonehead moves, coupled with the Kokiana. It's like, you are not smart. You are not smart. And we always see that. We've been seeing that since season 1, episode 1. Like, you're not smart.
He's just not. And I don't even think it's the drugs. I think the way they're painting his character, with or without the drugs, he's just
dumb.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I just be like, he's such a bonehead, and he's so insecure. And especially next to Mallory, there's a definite insecurity, and he hates her and he resents her for that. And it's like, I don't understand. And even the dynamics of the parents and their sons, and I'll be like, oh my God.
What happened? I would love, because I know this is supposed to be a limited series, But I would love if, like, we know the season 3 is gonna come, but I would love as a way to keep it going. Maybe do like, you know how Power went and gave us Raising Kanan?
Oh yeah.
They could do something like that for like Roy and Charles's childhood. They could do a lot. I'm just saying, I know 50 Cent is petty TP, but get y'all, if you haven't already, if you're still here, I do hope that you consider liking the video. Also, see the links in the description of this video so that you can subscribe to Keywan, other great Black content creators, and you can also check out Keywan's reviews of Beauty in Black as well. I will include the links for you guys. Also, we just gonna support everybody Black because we shouldn't just be doing it during February.
Now, I will say this: we also, because I think you spoke on Rain and Horace, right? I mean, I'm sorry, not Rain. Kimmy. No, was it Rain or Kimmy? Before we talked about
it was Mallory receiving her treatment. Kimmy's gonna come up. We are gonna get to them though. Roy and Jules, they have a little talk. It's interesting. We're talking about Roy. Now, Roy and Jules are both upset that Kimmy got them. They say the bitch got them. That's literally how they describe it. And they feel like they cannot touch Kimmy because the will that Horace put in place says that Kimmy cannot be touched. Neither can Rain, neither can, what's the little boy's name? Angel. And Sylvie, the sister. So
wait, did they say Angel? Because they kept saying everybody's name but Angel. So I was thinking, is Angel in the will too? I'm assuming.
You know what? That's actually a good question because I don't think that could be a mistake on my part. I don't think that he is. I feel like he's just being kept because he was stealing.
He's a kept man.
Not a kept man. That's basically what's happening with him. That's literally what's happening. But they are scared, Roy and Jules, of Kimmy. And Roy learns through Jules that his father is not dying. They thought that for sure his daddy was dying and that everything was happening. They are not aware that he's getting treatment overseas in Italy. And Roy gets upset because he wants his daddy dead. I'm just like, who wrote this? This is a true soap opera because Roy, you want your daddy dead. I can understand it because Horace is not too nice with them boys, but you want your daddy dead all because of a hoe that you was messing with? You should have just followed the rules. Most people don't shit where they eat. That's
at all.
And he was shitting where he ate, where he slept, where his social security card came from, all of that. But we see Jules get a call, and this is where he learns from Whitman that his son fell out. Well, not fell out. We know the boy didn't fall. But Whitman tells Jules his son fell and he's at the hospital. Jules is not falling for it. He feels like, okay, somebody did something to my son. He calls Officer Alex and he suspects everybody. I'm kind of annoyed with Jules. Jules get on my nerves because it's like, how you threaten somebody's family, take that girl's sister and try to traffic her, and now you're upset. Right. And you're upset at the get back. That's the game of the streets. You want to be with the shit, move like you from the shit. And with it.
That's what I said.
What we doing, Jules? Girl, was it so you felt the same?
Yes, because I was like, I know for sure you didn't think karma wasn't gonna circle back on you. You have trafficked all of these people. You have done a lot. You have mentally manipulated these young people and like creating a scare tactic, like you're gonna go to jail, or just using that scare tactic to keep them around. You literally made Kimmy stand in front of a board, in front of a wall. You took your car and ran and made her think you was gonna hit her and told her don't move. You threatened her. You made them sleep with high-powered people, and those high-powered people treat them like crap, i.e. Roy, and you want people to have sympathy and empathy for you and your son. If your son go, we don't care. We feel no ways tied.
And I mean, the way they be talking to each other in the show, I'm surprised ain't nobody said that to him verbatim. The way you play with me if your son dies, oh well. Like,
I mean,
child, they also messy. They all are very toxic, but
yes.
the way they be like, well, shut the fuck up and get out my face.
Oh
Didn't
my.
I tell you to close the door? Somebody, I would have been cussed out, Jules. If that's how we talk to each other, I would have cussed him out. But his son is dying. Boo-hoo. We said, remember, y'all, it's fictional. We got a heart.
We really do. And I want to feel bad, but because anything attached to Jules, I don't feel bad, especially since you were okay with them taking a 16-year-old. And while we're talking about Sylvie real quick, I just wanted to add, I know a lot of people were saying that she was fast, but how did we get there? I will say this. I agree, she young. She was too young to sleep with Glenn. But Glenn did the one thing that nobody has ever done for her. He was nice. Yeah. She made the move on him. Mm-hmm. And she never asked his age because Glenn is a college student. Mm-hmm. She was like, so it was the responsibility of Glenn to be like, no, but he let his hormones get the best of him. And also, it was like she was fast, and I'm like, she was failed by every adult because her mom. I don't think
that was fair because, like you're saying, the mom's boyfriend for Sylvie, if we pay attention to what they explained with the character, when she got back in contact with Kimmy, she was mad at her because she was like, basically, the stepdad took advantage of her.
Yeah, because he was doing it to Kimmy.
She was probably already having sex, and if your reason for having sex with the boy is because he's nice, and the girl is what, 16, 15, 16, her character? Mm-hmm. It's probably TMI. I start getting busy at 16. I'm not saying that's the normal age, but I mean, once you get to high school, them hormones, you don't know who gonna fall for it and who gonna remain strong. So I'm like, they calling her fast, but
don't judge us by our past.
Right. Don't judge us by our past. Please don't. Okay. I was curious.
And that's what I was like, your body, it gets curious. And, I think her body, I don't know. It was just the things that we wasn't privy to, the things that has happened to her in the club, because they had her for a while, until Kimmy found her. So they was giving her drugs. They were giving her alcohol, drugs, forcing those things to her, and having grown people do business with, on her, either out in that parking lot or wherever Body and Delinda took her.
Child, the parking lot of it all. We're going to talk about that. Because the parking lot.
What was your reaction when you saw it the first season?
The first season, I paused my show. Because, okay, so for those who don't know, true story, I work from home. Okay? I work from home. And when I'm documented, sometimes making phone calls, I just, I watch my shows. I will pause or mute them if I got to leave a voicemail or somebody pick up the phone. But my job does record like the ringing and all of that. I had to pause that show because I was calling somebody for work. It's ringing. It's a client who didn't have a voicemail. And all you hear is all the sex noises and all of that. My supervisor, they be auditing calls and stuff to make sure we really working. My one-on-one, she said, Amina, there were some things in your background. What's going on? I'm like, my husband has a full-time job. He is not here when I'm at work. He is at work. That was the show. Like, oh, that makes sense. I said, oh, Lord, not Beauty and Black. But I was like, wait, what? So y'all got a parking lot outside in public on a main road. Yeah. So anybody walking by the sidewalk could just hear all that's going on in the parking lot. And it was weird. I'm like, And it was a little bit of everything. I said, Tyler.
I mean, I think I saw somebody hanging out the car. Like, you know how you in the window and it was like hanging out the window. And I was like, wait.
There were crazy things. There was threesomes, foursomes, onesomes, sixsomes, bisexual sums. There was a lot. I was like, wow. I'm sexually active, but my God.
That was a lot of action. They was getting real active out there.
Well, my thing is Tyler Perry loved to make it like they had the camera slowly pan through it. He wanted us to see every piece of
and
what was happening.
I was like this. Maybe I was glued in.
Like, wait a second. What's she doing?
Let me write this down. This not for YouTube, but let me write this down.
See if leg could make it behind.
Like, let me go do some yoga.
Right. No, for real. Because clearly I'm not flexible. That's what I got from that. But this show, that's kind of what caught me off guard, though, was like the sex in this show was like a lot. I think it was the first episode. It ended with Kimmy calling Roy on the phone through Siri so that Mallory could hear him.
Oh, yeah, because I did watch episode 1 today, season 1, episode 1.
I said, "Oh Lord," but okay, Tyler. But Roy's dumbass decides he's gonna go to Barney's house, and he goes to Barney's house, tries to force Barney to call the court clerk. He wants him to call the court clerk to delay the will being filed, because in Roy's dumbass mind, if the will is delayed and being filed, Kimmy and her people are not protected, and he could get his get back. He's trying to explain this to Barney. Barney calls. He calls the first time, and they're like, it's closed. But Roy had one moment of intelligence. He used his brain, his thinking cap. And he said, I know you got the clerk's phone number. So he calls and asks to delay the will for a day. And now they think, I guess this is supposed to mean Kimmy and Angel are not protected and all of these crazy things. Mallory also tries to get Charles to go to a strip club because she got to go meet with old girl Felicia up there so she can get tea because she's still after Kimmy and them. And she can't get Charles to go to the strip club, so she ends up going with Barney. But what we do see is Charles is in a frenzy, and this is from the way that the season ended last season, or the pause. He had chopped up somebody who was playing with him and trying to rob him. I said, who thought of that? Not you got a chainsaw. Watch True Crime. True Crime would have told them what to put in this scene to make it a little more realistic, but it's all good. He calls his mama, Olivia. It's so funny to see Debbie. Is it Debbie Morgan?
Oh my, I love her.
She's one of my favorite actresses.
Like this.
It's weird, right? To see her cursing and going crazy. And I'm like,
she have a lisp in this. I've never heard her with a lisp until she was here in this series.
Does. I never noticed it either. And she's been, I think most Black people love her. Especially, I just love her. But every time she come on the screen, I'm like,
yeah.
Person, ma'am, please stop it. But he calls his mama. She comes by. He tells her what he did. This is the one situation I am not calling my mama or my daddy, but because they were telling me.
Based on the type of mama he got.
Makes sense. And they seem to have like a stronger bond than she has with anybody else.
Yes.
I've noticed, which is, that could be a good thing, but it could also be a very bad thing for Charles. Because now he's definitely knee deep in the BS because he really hadn't. Charles was just partying. He wasn't really killing people and with the stuff the way the rest of them were. So I'm glad he called his mom, but then I also worry for him because she could be a lot. But she says that she gonna handle it for him. Jules does the most in the hospital questioning Alex, and the episode pretty much ends with Mallory going to the strip club with Barney, and Olivia learns that Charles, when she has her cleanup crew come and they got him for the safe, she learns that he only had $40,000 in that safe, which he should have way more, but everybody's shares are impacted from Kimmy. The first episode, how did you feel about it before we get into the plan for keeps, the second one? Because I felt like they did a good job at building up. But I was kind of like, okay, I wanted to see more of an update.
It was slow. And I think that's what it was. They were building up. I was like, I just couldn't. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, it was slow.
Yeah, because I watched it 3 times. So I was like, okay, let me just watch it again. And then I was like, okay, let me let me watch it. And then I was like, okay, I can see I can see them building up in an episode. I just, based on all the clips that people kept posting, because everybody watched it already, so there are clips everywhere. I was like, and I didn't want to look at some of the clips I just stumbled on, and I was like, okay, I think that's what was throwing me off, the clips, and how do we start here and how are we gonna get there? But for the
I've been seeing clips too online though, and I am wondering like, how is this gonna work out? I have been seeing them clips everywhere, but
like, y'all couldn't wait. Ugh.
The internet moves fast though. Like when new shows come out, I'll kind of avoid social media and stuff, be a little slower to reply to people, because I feel like even unintentionally I'll open it and then see what I've been watching. It's the doggone phones be listening to us. Y'all, we're gonna get into Playing for Keeps now. This is the second episode. I'm doing 2 in 1 just because episode 1 was so slow, and it seems like they're using, like, there's going to be a slow one for a build up, and then there's going to be the one where we get the actual crescendo. But shout out to everybody watching. I do appreciate the support. Let's be sure to check the links in description so that we can subscribe to Kiwan as well as myself. She's very close to 800 subscribers. I am too, but she is closer. Okay, she should wake up in the morning
up there. We trying to be monetized.
Please.
And thank you. We have manners around here.
We do. Sometimes. Right now I do.
We are being very kind because,
I try. Some people think I'm mean. I try. Y'all, Playing for Keeps, the episode of episodes. This one got a little interesting. So we start this one with Ray, or not Ray. That's why I'm in glasses, y'all. I can't see for nothing. Ray, I said Ray again. That is an O. Roy informs Jules that Kimmy ain't protected. And this was the funniest thing to me because Jules did not care. This was Jules.
No, yes, he definitely checked out.
I said, what? Make it make sense. Jules did not care. He did not care because I think Jules and everybody, we're starting to see that everybody think Roy dumb. People just want to keep Roy high, keep him with a little tenderoni on the side for him to do things to and with, and they kind of want to keep him out the way. But at the very least, Jules is aware that Kimmy is not protected for now, and I did feel it was important to talk about because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I binge watched this. I thought I was just gonna watch these episodes to go over with Kiwan.
Me too.
And I ended up like, I got 2 episodes left and I'm done with the season.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't go to sleep till 5 a.m, so I finished it. I would not.
Is that why you were up?
That's why I was up.
I love it. But at least you were entertained. Hell, it's Saturday. You don't got to go to work. So
I was up all night saying, what? This is crazy. And I think the people would sleep. And I was like, oh yeah, you're a stupid bitch. No.
I can imagine 3 a.m. and all you hear from Kiwa's bedroom muffled. You're a stupid hoe.
Oh my God, you know me so well. Oh God. I did. I put out a couple of them. I was like, girl.
That's how you know the show is good, though. If you start talking to the TV or laughing when stuff happens, because that'd be me. The husband got to get earplugs because I be talking right at the TV like they can hear me. I also do that while driving, and I need to stop. I bet you cut me off. They can't hear me. I'm starting to learn.
Oh my God. I understand.
Oh Lord, deliver me. But Kimmy's sister Sylvie. Okay, now we got to get to Sylvie a little bit. So Sylvie is mad at Kimmy. And she seemed to be mad because she feel control. We have to remember, Sylvie is a teenager. Now, even though she went through stuff, teenage girls be having some funky ass attitudes. Funky. I look back, I have my little stuff with my mom, but I owe her the public apology for how my mouth used to be as a teenager. I really do. My dad too, because Sylvie, when she looked at them, she was like, oh, so a bunch of strippers and hoes supposed to tell me what's best for me? I said,
child. Whoop her ass.
Whoop her. Do her like Joe Jackson. Go make her pick the finest switch off the tree.
Please.
Okay? Because who you talking to? Strippers and hoes or not, people got to throw them dollars for you to have somewhere to live, young lady.
Be like, with me, go cut up a horse leg and bring it in here because I'm finna beat her with it.
Not even, I cannot with Kimmy, but or Sylvie, but I get why she mad, but she needed her ass whooped. But Kimmy not reading the room. I feel like Kimmy definitely takes over that mom role as a sibling a little bit, probably because she feels that guilt for leaving Sylvie, and then feels the guilt for Sylvie ending up kidnapped and drugged and all of that.
But you know, she didn't just leave. Her mama threw her out because of the boyfriend. Mama didn't want her. And then with Kimmy, only thing I was able to see, I was like, you're becoming a Bellary. You're not even hearing her, and she's crying out, and you're becoming a Bellary. Like, that's all I saw was a Bellary.
That's the best way. I've been watching people's reviews and stuff, and that's one of the best ways that I've heard it explained, because that's literally what's happening with her character. I get how sometimes they try to paint people like, okay, you just a natural born boss, you good with business. Like Mallory could be painted like that, but with Kimmy, like, she's really starting to become that.
Yes.
And that's a good point, because she was not listening to her sister. She just wasn't. And Sylvie was saying that she feels like Kimmy is trying to push her off like they mama did when she tells her she wants to go to college. I was like, girl, just listen to your sister. Let her have a break from expectations and life and stuff for a second. Like,
it was so crazy, because you know how I was able to just sit there and interpret the conversation between Kimmy and Sylvie. And I was like, the only thing she heard was abandonment. Like, she feels abandoned. You're ready to push her off. Also, I was like, man, maybe I was wrong. I was like, well, maybe I expect Sylvie to give some, like, the fact that Sylvie was like, you're lying to me, but she told you the truth, and she told you why she lied to you, and you're also privy of what's going on and the dangers that surround you. So you're just mad because you want to go see this boy, and you do feel bad about what happened. I think a lot of it is her feeling bad about what happened. And I think she, in that moment when he was being nice, something about her attached herself to him because he was nice. Without
unhealthy attachments. Yeah. It's an unhealthy attachment, probably because you had said that earlier. Okay. He's one of the few men that she's been around who was nice to her on his own. So she probably has that unhealthy attachment because of that. And then she went through this horrible thing, and now somebody else has gotten hurt because she wasn't listening, because she wasn't even supposed to be in that barn. Is the thing. But Sylvie's just... her character, y'all, she just a kid. I can't even call her fast. This is how people learn.
You can't her just dive into that kid space. Because I don't think she even had a chance to be a kid, because she was placed in adult. Okay. So yeah, that's what I think she just didn't have a chance to be a kid. I'm like,
it's kind of sad. Tyler Perry loved to write about things like this. I know that he does a lot for the Black community. Him and Carlos King, like, I appreciate them and I respect them. But then I also sometimes be like, can we please get a young person or even just a Black woman? It just seems like with Tyler Perry shows, the Black women are always hoes, terrible mothers, have horrible trauma, on drugs. Single. It seems like the straight men ain't never shit. They're always evil women beaters, or they cheating, or they on the DL. And then I've noticed that he liked to put a lot of the gay men in there, which I don't mind, but then he makes sure that they are usually like Barney. There's some type of moral compass.
Professional, have a straight life, have a nice, beautiful life. And I get it.
Yeah, he's but I'm still. I always say that, but I'm still watching Tyler Perry, y'all. I don't know. I've been watching him since the plays. Okay, we used to get the DVDs at Eastmont in the hood from the Bootleg Man. Okay,
yes,
loved Tyler Perry. I probably should not admit to buying that.
I went to the Tyler Perry. I went to see Madea Goes to Jail.
I wanted to go so bad to his plays and never
got to see Sonny's Cross in person.
I actually love Madea Goes to Jail. I felt like that was one of the funniest.
Yes.
One of the funniest. And his best movie was The Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Because I'm still mad at Charles. I love that movie. And the play.
Which one was my favorite? Oh, yeah. I love the play. Now, he really need a soundtrack with his plays and them songs. Oh, yeah. We need a soundtrack.
I used to be crying. Like, I don't know why I'm crying right now. I feel the Holy Spirit. Shit. I did. I used to be like, oh, this is beautiful. Oh my God. It
was until we grew up. And it was like, what is this?
And then you grow up and you're like, now wait a damn minute.
Bark like a dog. What? You don't bark so you can. Yeah, no.
I'll crack it up. I always tell people if my husband cheats on me, I'm going to do him the way Helen did Charles. Oh, I'm going to get him.
Oh, in the movie?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, she did do it in a play. We just saw it more in the movie. She pushed his
ass in that water, wouldn't let him eat, let him gurgle a little bit, thought he was drowning. I said,
Christina's gone.
Christina's gone. She quit. I said, oh.
Your little slut left. She packed her stuff and some of yours and left. Okay.
It was the chuckle too. I'm telling y'all, let's uplift James for when he sees this video. We need to uplift James so that he could get the movie review. Because he's like a horror movie reaction or something for his birthday next month. But we need to get the reviews and reaction of these old movies.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you. But yeah, Sylvie mad. There's not much to this episode, y'all. I apologize. I was just talking because I like Kimon. Y'all like her too and subscribe. I'm just saying. But Charles goes to see Roy for help. He's looking for a moment to have his brother.
Yes.
And now that made me a little sad, even though it was, we know what to expect with Roy. But it's like, this is what I mean by Charles is the one in the family who still kind of has a little bit of the idea of family. Even if I'm not cool with a sibling, I could go to them and be like, I need you, and they're there. Same with cousins and stuff. But this did not work out for Charles and Roy. All Roy does is sit there and be like, yeah, I know that big black nigga's fucking you. I'm like, what? Yep. And the book is sugar. The book is sugar. That's all. I'm like, you just sitting in this office with a plate of cocaine out? That's what we doing?
He had that. He must have that bag like Amy had on that White House.
Got half a brick in the office.
This is what I competed with, Amy.
She had me hollering when she put it in her hand and looked at it, looked at the camera, stopped crying for a second, then acted like she was crying again. I said, girl, took the biggest hit on live. I've never seen anything. Social media. When you remember life before social media, which myself and Kiwan do, to see the stuff that happens on social media today, you're like, my God.
My God, on today.
Pray for us. We need all of your help. Lord, but they don't get nowhere. Roy, he's stupid. He is high off the stuff, and he exposes that he's using Varney.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So we get to the club later, and Felicia's high ass. How you gonna tell this girl you'll be at the club later? You know you want money from her for information, but you still decided to be a dummy and get so high at the club that you couldn't even get the information out, just kept patting her weave. I got too high.
I'm so high right now. Girl.
Maybe she'll knock some sense into her head as much as she was patting herself. Because I'm just like, Felicia, what are we doing?
Felicia stresses me out.
Does she? She does make my teeth itch. Just a smidge. Because I'm like, I want to respect her and be like, girl, beep out your money. But then you come in and you high and you can't be about your money because you can't get it out.
No. I was like, you made this lady wait for this little information.
She done dragged the attorney, poor Barney. She done dragged Barney into the club.
Barney was, if you notice, Barney sat there and was watching Stripper Poppy, because that's what I call him. Stripper Poppy, he was like this. He was biting his lip. I said, oh, okay. That's what he did. Mm-hmm.
Barney he was sitting there, but there was some moments where he'd be like,
then tried to judge.
Right. I don't know. Barney is funny. The strip club is fun though, y'all. Don't judge it. It's fun.
I mean, I've been to one, but I've seen the guys and it was terrible. The one I went to.
I don't go to guy strip clubs. They're weak. I've been to bachelorette parties where the man come up on you and they be trying to don't touch me, sir. But a female strip club, I do enjoy those. Why? You get good food. They be fun. And if you a female, they be doing stuff for you on free. I had a stripper tell me once, "Oh, I'm tired of dancing on these niggas." I said, "Oh,
wow,
okay." So they be happy to see a female. Okay, wobble it. I'll wobble it with you, sis. Let's do what we got to do.
Now, I did go one, and this guy, it was a long time ago, and he was very popular, and he gave me a hug, and he touched the bottom of my back. I was like, "Sir!"
Oh. Yeah, the male strippers be getting their free cops and feels and all of it. Okay, they sure do.
Thank you so much.
She said, I thanked him. I've never been to a male strip club, just seen them in the bachelorette party. So maybe one day I'll go. But we don't really have those in California.
But wherever Bolo show up, that's why I love him.
I haven't seen much of him outside of the Housewives, and I think I saw him on
he's on Divorce Sisters, and the one with Queens, all the Queens men.
Oh, so he got a job. He ain't just
he's been acting.
Good for him. Yeah. That's the goal. They say everybody stripping has a bigger goal, and that's why you shouldn't just judge them or write them off. So
thank you, Candy, for exposing him. But the only thing, he just plays the dancer. He's the dancer in all the Queen's Men. And whenever, I hate that it's not on. Hopefully when they switch over from BT Plus to Paramount, it'll come back on. But watching the Men of Eden makes me go into my happy place. And I'll be like,
into my happy place. People keep telling me to watch all the Queen's Men, and I have not had the time. And my hair braider, she's always like, I want you to cover it. I'm going to be watching with clients. I'm like, oh Lord. But I'm gonna watch it one day. Y'all. But we got off track. But nothing really happened. Oh no, never apologize. That's why we here.
Okay.
But Angel and Rain, they go out. Angel acting a fool. He's spending money like crazy, and we know it's going to be a problem because he don't have no money. He's spending somebody else's money like crazy.
I wanted to pop him at the top of his head, I've already wanted to pop him on the top of his head for calling the butler James the N-word. I didn't like that. Sir, first of all, you're not one of us. So why are you using the N-word so loosely? Second, you doing the most, and didn't Horace show you who he was when you seen him shoot all of them men that came in and tried to rob him? He took out the gun and went pow, 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 pow.
With aim and precision.
With aim. Ain't miss. If you gonna stick this man card, I would be like, Horace, can I go buy me a stick of gum? Oh, okay. I don't have to. All right. How much can I spend? Listen, Horace, I only spend $100. What you need me to do? Because listen, put black card with no limit. I'm going to get the things that I need and I want, and I'm going to pop it for Pip when he come back.
Right. And in that order, okay? No limit. You don't want to abuse that. You want to keep the card. For example, emergency, and then you out in the club doing stupid shit when you supposed to be laying low.
God.
His whole family don't like you and want you dead.
And he's a youth, I guess, with him being in that world and moving off of survival, he's a user. He's a user, and it's like you don't even like Horace like that. Like the only reason you were willing to dance for him was for the money.
And then he is a user though, Angel. He really is, because he was using his baby mama. That's why she always had. She don't pay no bills. She can't rely on him. Then he was using Rain and Kimmy to a certain extent.
Got them locked up.
Right, got them locked up. Now he using Horace, when all he had to really do for Horace, because Kimmy tried to plug him and have him good, but he wanted to mess that up, steal his watch.
Yes.
Like, you a thief. You can't be trusted. Be loyal to nobody. So I'm like, whatever happens to you, Angel, happens to you, baby. I don't got nothing for you but the belt.
This was my main problem with Horace throughout the seasons, past seasons with Angel. You keep trying to protect him. Shoot around him, just don't shoot him. No, shoot him. Shoot him, please.
He needs to be shot. Maybe if he sit down and got a heal from a bullet wound, he could actually watch Sylvie, which they keep asking him to do and he can't do.
Yes.
He could sit still. He wouldn't be able to drive nowhere. He wouldn't be able to do nothing. Angel get on my nerves, y'all. And he's going to be a headache in the next episode. But this episode ends with Mallory stayed at the club past late. And, you know, Tyler Perry loved to see show us them bumping uglies. And Varney said to Mallory, he said, baby, why are we still here? Look around. It's the devil's hour. Everybody fucking. It went from a show to people just bending over on the pole. And
I'm like, what?
I've never been to a strip club that does that.
I mean, if they do, don't they do it like, I would assume that these things happen in VIP or something?
Maybe.
I mean, it's just my assumption. I
feel like you could pay for whatever you would want in a strip club. Me and James had a close friend who actually was a stripper and did make it seem like for the right amount of money, you could get whatever you want in there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I will say this, Safe was promoted, because when we did see Roy, he did put on protection. Yeah, he did use protection. So it was, when you catching those small things, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And even with Rain was like, when she was talking to Alex and she was saying how she's always tested negative.
So they are dropping those little bitty gems in there, which is important. I just encourage everybody, because I seen something about Houston having hella STDs or something. And there's a lot of them out here too. Y'all wrap it up. A fun time is not worth a lifelong disease. No. That's all. But Mallory go to the back, the parking lot full of sex, and she catches Roy having sex with Felicia. Now, it was funny because Felicia didn't even have to be there. Felicia got mad that Roy showed up to the club and decided to sleep with somebody else. And because her meeting with Mallory, the way that resulted is Mallory was like, you call me whenever my man call you and you'll get paid. Because I'm like, Felicia, why are you acting jealous? I feel like it was just a money thing. But she pushed
But he don't tip her.
He don't. She's stupid. She's stupid, though. She's a loyal bottom bitch. But Mallory catches them, and the country Mallory that she's hiding came out, and she whooped Felicia's ass. Whooped her ass. And that's where the episode is.
I was like, wow. Crash out now.
Because I'm like, you act like you don't care about your husband. Y'all don't sleep together. You don't want him. You don't let him touch you. She did try to let him touch her last season and it didn't work. But it's like, your man can't get it up for you. He could get it up for everybody else. So why do you care that he's sleeping with somebody?
You know what I thought? I thought because she can't do the things that Roy can go out and do. And when he finds out or he suspects, he's always on her like white on rice. And that's so true. When she tries to go out, I think she feels stuck in this sham of a marriage. Like, you can go out and sleep with all of these women, but the moment you see somebody talking to me, you want to play the jealous husband. You want to tell me what I can't do and what I shouldn't be doing. And I think that's what's irritating.
I actually agree with that fully. because that is something that he was doing. That's probably would irritate me too. It's like, it's already enough you doing drugs and let yourself go to shit, because there had to be something that brought them two together at one point. And maybe she's thinking, maybe Mallory's thinking the drugs are making him this way, but she whooped her ass. But that, y'all, that is it for this review of Beauty in Black. This was the first 2 episodes 9 and 10 of season 2, Toxic Vibes and Playing for Keeps. I really appreciate Kiwan J TV for being here. I believe I will have her on my next review as well. So be sure to subscribe. Click the link so that you do not miss notifications from myself or from Kiwan as well. But other than that, I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all watch this review. Let me know how you felt about it. Let's keep the conversation going. Check out Kiwan's review as well. And we will see you guys next time. Adios, beautiful people.